as long as I've been the Toon Critic, there's been a lot of things that people have wanted me to review. A lot of them have been crossovers. Now, I reviewed Brotherhood of the Seed, which was Land Before Time meets Kamen Rider. That was terrible. Then I reviewed Scooby-Doo meets WWE. That was terrible. So then I thought to myself, is there any actual good crossover series that, people care about? And then I thought, the biggest one of them all. And it's oddly one that's been mixed a lot of the time. Some people love it and make shrines about it in their closets, and some people just go, okay, really? I am, of course, referring about Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is one of those series that you either love it or you hate it, or you're maybe somewhere in between. Needless to say, I've gathered up some people here to talk about Kingdom Hearts, how it's possibly one of the greatest things ever. And yeah, we're going to sit back and talk about Kingdom Hearts as a whole. So yeah, greetings every peoples. I'm your cult of personality, ToonKriticY2K. I have here with me today my lovely lady Eliora.
Hello.
I have Sweetie Bloom.
So everyone doesn't have a Kingdom Hearts shrine in their closet?
Do you?
Maybe.
Are you looking at it right now?
No, but only because I'm not in the same room.
Tanya, a.k.a. Dragonfire Princess 7.
Hello.
And making his debut...
What's up, Internet? I am JRKitsu, the J Fox of Chaos, and I promise that I am much better at scripting my own introductions.
Really?
What?
Really? Just because I forgot my intro at the beginning?
What? No, I was talking about mine, because I completely failed that beginning.
Oh. We're going to go by this in two parts. First part, we're going to just mostly discuss about how we found out about Kingdom Hearts, what we like about it, what we don't like, favorite characters, least favorite characters. But yeah, people who probably don't know what Kingdom Hearts is. What is this Kingdom Hearts? I will leave that to Claire because she is the biggest Disney nut out of all of us, and I thought to myself, okay, I can't do a Disney thing because if I start to do a collaboration, immediately Claire's Disney sensors will go off and I'll have to put her in here somewhere.
It's not like a certain, wolf doctor had a problem with that before. Yeah.
Oh my.
Well,
Yes.
that's because you creeped out of their toilet to fucking get into that collab.
Sort of. I mostly just wanted to guilt him, and then he's like, okay, you want to do a video? Oh, sure! Yay! Guilting works.
Oh my god, there's
I
so
have
many
been properly
stories I gotta
trained.
catch up on with you three.
Yes. Alright. So, Kingdom Hearts is essentially Disney and Squeenix heaven. It is... Yes, that's the nickname that I have for Square Enix, is Squeenix. Learn it now.
Oh god, I'm sorry.
I
that
would
caught me
if
off guard.
I would if I ever squeed at any products they made as of late.
As of late, maybe not, but Final Fantasy is still a pretty awesome series on its own. The art style is amazing, and of course the anime style is fantastic too. But there's nothing like a Disney video game, and there's nothing like all Disney worlds combined into one glorious package. As seen through the eyes of technically not a Final Fantasy character, but someone who's designed like one.
Might as well be.
Except for the shoes.
Except for the shoes, which are Mickey shoes, or Goofy shoes.
Those are just straight up clown feet.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Ironically.
Let me just say it on that topic that I hope that the analogy of big men with big feet isn't true because poor Kyrie.
And now I'm traumatized. Thank you.
Well, that's the first time Kingdom Hearts has ever broken my brain.
The only time it broke my brain was with all the Sora Riku yaoi, but that's for another point.
Well,
Claire,
that
continue.
was just bound to happen.
Just
You
continue.
can't
Claire.
have a
Yeah, sorry.
bromance and
Sorry,
not
folks.
have it turn into yaoi. It's like a law of the internet.
Sorry folks, but that's not on the itinerary for this one.
Unfortunately.
Sorry,
Anyway.
Zach, you'll have to deal with your yaoi boner later.
And we'll talk about Sora Riku and Axel Roxas later.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So,
Claire, I'm sorry if I broke you.
It's okay. There are just certain, it's one of those things you try not to think about, and Disney characters sleeping with each other is one of those things.
Anyway, God, I'm gonna have
No
to edit
comment.
this out. Basically,
Nonsense!
Watch him leave it in again.
the story revolves around a trio, Sora, Riku, and Kairi. They live on this island, they have a great time, but then all of a sudden bad things happen. Darkness takes over and kills their world, and suddenly Sora ends up in a Disney World. What? Why? Okay, nobody knows. He's gonna go look for his friends. Meanwhile, Mickey Mouse, yes, Mickey's in this game, don't ask me why. Mickey is vanished, and Donald and Goofy are like, oh no, what are we gonna do? Oh, we gotta go find the dude who has the Keyblade. Oh, what's that? Sora has the Keyblade. Why? I don't know, but they stumble into one another, and it's like a really weird fanfic, and they go off on their adventures.
It's the best fan fiction I've ever played.
I know! It's a really weird
It's-
fanfic.
This is... Okay, I say this to everybody that I try to explain Kingdom Hearts to. If I have to sum up Kingdom Hearts in one phrase, it is that this is the only idea I've found that sounds worse on paper than it is to actually do.
How did we find out about Kingdom Hearts in the first place is what we're going to start off with. And we're going to start off with... let's go with Tanya.
One of my friends had the game in her game collection, and I was looking through, seeing what was there, and I came across Kingdom Hearts, and I asked what it was, and basically she took out the game, she put it in the PlayStation 2, and started it up, and pretty much from there, yeah, I was hooked.
I am going to get a lot of flack from some of us in this call for admitting to this, but I skipped the first Kingdom Hearts game when it first came out.
Wait, what?
I thought it was just going to be like another crazy Final Fantasy thing that wasn't going to make any sense. Then Chain of Memories came out on the Game Boy Advance. I loved it. I still love it. I know a lot of people hate Chain of Memories, but I love Chain of Memories. I'm sorry. And because of that, I eventually went back, played 1, got 2. Basically, I have all the Kingdom Hearts right now except Birth by Sleep and Coded, but that's partly because Coded is terrible from what I hear. And yeah, I admit I was a little late to the party, but I was still in when it was early enough to be involved.
One of my brothers handed it to me and said Merry Christmas.
Now I feel bad because mine's a bit of an epic. Because, see, I grew up in a household where cable and video games were not allowed because they would distract us from our homework, which is true, but that's not the point. The point is I did not grow up with video games. I did not have a video game console. I only had a Game Boy Color. So, but I always secretly wanted to be a gamer, and I'd walk by the gaming store at the mall near my school as often as I could and look longingly into it. And then one magic day he came my way. I walked by the video game store, and there was a cardboard display of a game that was coming out in Christmas. And I needed it. At the time, I was a huge otaku, and as it is, was, and ever shall be, I was a huge Disney fan. And it was like, hey, here's a video game just for you.
I was just about to say, that sounded like right up your alley.
Yeah, so I was like, I need this game. What console does it? PlayStation 2. I will do anything. Anything. If the devil had come up at that moment, I might have sold my soul.
Might have sold your soul for Mickey Mouse.
I might have done it. Said the Catholic. Luckily, being Catholic, I was able to I had enough guilt practice where I was able to guilt my family into giving it to me for Christmas, both the PlayStation 2 and the game.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
Yeah, mine wasn't really as epic. I remember, first off, the PS2 is still my favorite console of all time. I have so many memories on it. And I remember...
Sly Cooper.
Hey, don't you dare diss the Sly Cooper.
Who said anything about dissing him?
No,
okay.
she's right. Sly Cooper was... Anyway, I
Guilty.
remember watching, I think it was early morning or something. I can still remember it. When I was very into Kids WB, I'd always watch it as early as I could. And I remember seeing a commercial for it, and I'm like, what is this? Why is there a Final Fantasy dude fighting with Donald and Goofy? What kind of drugs did I just take this morning? Are there something in my cereal? And then I found out about it. I didn't have much access to the internet, and I was really intrigued by it. So having a PS2 at the time, thank God I was able to afford one, I saved up my allowance and I bought the first Kingdom Hearts, and I absolutely loved it. And I guess it really went from there. It was then Chain of Memories, then 2, then 358 over 2 days, then Birth. No, I never played Birth by Sleep, and then I didn't even play Recoded either. And then I think Dream Drop Distance, which I still have not played. But you get the gist. There's a lot of Kingdom Hearts games, and that's one of its biggest appeals, but also one of its biggest downfalls. We'll get to that later. But yeah, that's how I found out about it. So, what do we like about Kingdom Hearts?
We mean besides everything, Sweetie Bloom.
The storyline.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm gonna somewhere between the storyline or Disney.
You know what?
Can I just say Disney? I'm just gonna go Disney.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the unique one here and say that I actually really love this game's combat system, especially in 2 when they introduced reaction commands, because I am one of the few people on Earth that actually likes quick-time events.
Well, I do too, trust me.
I do too. I love the combat system in 2.
Me too.
I'll never.
That's why we're all here.
Oh my god! I'll actually never forget the day that I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2. I got to the fight in Beast's Castle with the that giant possessor Heartless that like takes over the entire ballroom. He's not my brother-in-law anymore, unfortunately, but at the time my then brother-in-law was watching this whole thing go down, and he freaks out as the Heartless grabs me, throws me at a pillar, and in that split second, I hit the reaction command, spin around, and just smack it in the face. He just watches the whole scene play out, looks right at me, and says, "There's no way you knew to do that."
Oh god, QuickTime events are such a pain for me, but I still love them. I remember like playing God of War so much, and I just it's in me now. Whenever I see a button
some of my
flash,
favorite rage moments from you came from God of War.
yes, because when I picked up God of War again, and you were there when I was playing it, I
don't think I've ever heard you swear that much.
I was a little rusty, okay? I was just a little rusty, but with the reaction commands in this, I thought they were actually, important. And like I said, with 2, oh god, there was which one? I know the Possessor one from friggin'
Beast Castle.
Beast Castle. There was another one. I really liked the ones they did with Tron. I think the big thing that I love most about Kingdom Hearts is that it uses a lot of what Disney has to offer. It picks the best stuff. I mean...
Oh yeah, it totally uses what it has to its advantage.
Yeah.
I'm going to deviate from Disney and say that my favorite fight in the entire game is the hardest fight in the entire game, Sephiroth.
I was gonna say Sephiroth.
Yeah, it does seem a little weird that they threw in Final Fantasy characters here, especially when you go up against Sephiroth. We all have our stories about trying to fight Sephiroth.
I've only ever beat him in Kingdom Hearts 1.
I never did. In 2, they gave him like 15 health bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that the fight is so fucking hard because that is so true to the character.
Yeah, it is really.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments, I think it's in the first Kingdom Hearts, where someone asks, "Hey, I'm looking for someone." I think they were looking for Cloud. It's like, "I'm looking for someone with spiky hair and a large sword."
Tifa.
That was in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for someone
with a guy with spiky hair?
Spiky hair and a large sword. I'm like, that's only every Final Fantasy character ever, honey. You need to be more specific.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I love. Is that they play off of that because immediately
like
after that,
Sora's
Sora just looks at his own head and he's like...
He just kind of tugs the spiky hair. And she's like, spiky hair.
He's like, spikier? Whose hair is spikier than... Oh, right, that dude.
Oh,
man.
It is so unusual because you can go from, like, Alice in Wonderland to, like, Aladdin to Peter Pan to suddenly fighting a Final Fantasy character. Like, wait, what? What are you doing in here?
It's weird because, like, at the same time, it feels like it would be a jarring transition, but somehow it feels completely natural.
Yeah.
The only times where it was the most jarring for me, ironically, both happened in Hercules lands. With Hades dealing with Cloud, that was strange.
Very.
And also Hercules and what's his name?
Philoctetes?
No,
No.
okay, are you talking about the one with...
I'm talking...
Zack.
Yeah. And they're besties, and that's weird to me.
Wait, what? I have not reached this point.
Okay, yeah, in
Best
Birth by...
friends with Zack. He's best friends with Zack from 7?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
They're besties,
going
and
to
they
have
train
to pick
together.
back up. Great. Now I'm gonna have to go fucking play the game even more, fucking start a new file, get to fucking Olympus fucking 5 times faster on somebody else's world.
Yeah, and it's weird because the Final Fantasy characters get introduced like right off the bat too, like in the first game. Like you're introduced to Titus and Waka and Selphie, and you're like, wait a minute, I know you. Why are you kids? And then they do this later on too with
You get to the next world, and you have Aerith, Yuffie, and Leon, and Sid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and all these Final Fantasy characters from like all over. And now I'm thinking to myself, oh great, in 3, are we gonna get what's-her-face? Like from Final Fantasy Hallways? Anyway.
Final Hallway 13.
Game's played itself, John.
I'm sorry. Oh, let's keep on track here.
Yeah, anyway.
Woo.
The thing is that there's so many worlds to go from. I can list like a bunch of them like right off the top of my head. There's like Olympus, the Hercules world, Tarzan, Night Before Christmas, Aladdin, Peter Pan, and
Monstro the whale from
Pinocchio. They have all the just about all the princesses, including Alice. Why? I have no idea.
Alice is a princess, but Ariel isn't. Work that out in your head.
Yeah.
But
Another
she
cool
is.
thing.
I don't know.
Another cool thing is that they somehow managed to weave in the events that happen in the movie and stick you in there as well. Like you can have some pretty epic boss battles with the likes of Clayton or Jafar or
Ursula.
Captain Hook or Ursula. It's really cool the way that they pulled
Captain
it off.
Hook battle, I don't know why, I always had trouble with Captain Hook.
Man,
Which is weird, because he's a total joke of a villain
Really?
among all
'Cause
the others.
I had no trouble with him.
I actually found that to be one of the funniest fights ever, especially when you would manage to throw him off the side of the deck, because it's just like he jumps back up like, "You'll not take me other hand."
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the other good thing. I know we said we're gonna pick one thing, but we're just kind of going off of the fun stuff in this.
Because
the voice
we
acting.
always stick to the list.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The voice acting
Voice
fantastic.
acting most of the time was fantastic.
It's
James
not perfect.
Woods is still
James
Hades.
Woods is awesome.
James
Yes.
Woods will always be the perfect Hades.
They managed to get some of the previous Disney people who voiced like
even Jonathan Freeman for Jafar, he's back.
yeah,
from the
they got a
original
lot of great
movie.
people.
When they were able to get the original actors and actresses, it was always fantastic. Even
Fun
when they were able to get not quite the original, it still was awesome. But there are just some that are jarring. The genie is never the genie if it's not Robin Williams.
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, here's the really amazing thing. The voice actress for Alice is actually the same voice actress from the original Alice in Wonderland. Yes, they called her back after 60 years.
And she's just like, yeah, sure, why not? And
Why
you
the
can't
heck
you
not?
can't even tell.
Did they get her for Wendy too?
Possibly? I don't
They
know.
should have. I assume if they got her in a voice
I'll
while
look
you're
it up.
here. Because that sounds like something they should have done if they didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably did. I just haven't bothered looking it up.
I'm looking up now.
Yay.
Alice was a princess. Wendy should have been too.
Alice just shouldn't have been a princess.
I don't get why they had to include that, but
I think it's
okay.
because, that was back in the day when they weren't getting a new princess every year.
But they had Ariel in the game, and she's easily more of a princess than Alice is.
She's listed as one of the canon Disney princesses.
Yes, and easily more popular than Alice. No offense to Alice, I love her, but no.
No,
I
I
don't know.
totally agree. It's actually kind of funny because it's just like she knows how to use magic and she can shoot lightning underwater, and I kind of had to stop. I'm like,
Since when?
it's like Oh, when
That's
the
the part
fuck
I
does
don't remember.
Tarzan know how to use magic? When did Jack Skellington learn how to use magic?
Jack Skellington, I can believe.
Okay, yeah,
Jack Skellington, I can believe.
I can see
Especially-
that because he's like a spirit. There's some magic involved in that, but I did not know that he's able to cast lightning at people.
Well, that makes the most sense. He is the master of fear, and there's plenty of people who are afraid of thunder.
Yeah,
And there's also the blizzard spell you can do, and gravity you can technically count as a fear of darkness.
yeah,
And Blizzard is like the chill down the spine.
I could see that. But how does Peter Pan have magic? Or how does
How
Aladdin?
does Peter Pan
not
have
have
magic? Say
Wait.
that
Seriously,
again,
man?
Jack. Slowly.
This is the kid that does not grow up.
Okay,
He
yeah,
flies.
I know
He
that, but
lives
how?
in Neverland. This boy is fucking magic by definition.
But how is he able to cast fire and lightning?
Friendship.
French, Claire, really?
Tinkerbell.
Is that what we're
And
going
by
with
the way,
here?
Yes.
by the way, yes, it is her.
Awesome, possum.
Oh, cool. So we were
And
right.
she also played Kara's grandmother in Birth by Sleep.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we're talking about how much we like it. We have to be fair. We have to talk about what we don't like. So I'm going to start in reverse here with Claire.
Okay, if there's one thing that I probably didn't like, especially about actually mostly just about the first game, it sometimes had very frustrating gameplay. At least for me, maybe because I'm just an inexperienced gamer, but let me just say that when I was fighting, for instance, the Cave of Wonders, 12-year-old me may have said some curse words that I shouldn't have known at that age.
I feel you, I feel you. It was the pot centipede in that same level that was just...
Oh, freaking
Ah.
Acroball all over. Was not a fan. Yeah. So I think that was always the thing. It could get really frustrating at times. That aspect of it got much better for Kingdom Hearts 2. I loved, like Jay was saying, loved all the reaction stuff because it was. I know some people said like they thought it was too easy. I thought it was like almost perfect level because I don't like to be like hit X button twice. Yay, you win! But I also, you can still button smash, but the game does kind of go, psst, hit triangle here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ooh, cool, I did a thing.
I have to say gameplay as well, but for Chain of Memories. I don't care how much you like it, Jay. That card system was bullshit.
No, I can understand why a lot of people would hate it. I just liked it because it gave you something to do other than button mash. You actually had to think about how your next move was going to play out.
Yeah, but for people like me who are button mashers, we're going to get fucked over in 6 seconds.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm not going to say it's a flawless system. I just like it because it adds a little twist.
Yeah. Jay, what else though? Please, go ahead, continue.
Actually, there are two things that I can honestly say about Kingdom Hearts that I don't like, but these are the only two things that I don't like, and in a way they can both kind of be forgiven. The first complaint that I have is that the very first game, I understand that it's still a masterpiece, but compared to the other Kingdom Hearts games, Kingdom Hearts 1 just feels kind of clunky and slow and unorganized in some places.
It is.
It didn't age well.
Yeah, so...
It did not.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that can kind of be forgiven because it was the first in the installment, so they had a lot to work off of and refine
And not a
in
lot
the
of
later-
money to do it.
Yeah, and they refined it in the later games. I'm so happy at how much more streamlined everything was from Kingdom Hearts 2 and on. It feels so much better. But that leads to my other complaint, is that all the later games, the stories just get wickedly complicated and contrived in certain places.
That's
yeah.
Remember when I was saying that having a lot of games, it's its biggest biggest plus and biggest disadvantage. The storyline for Kingdom Hearts is so damn confusing that it makes the Legend of Zelda timeline, which already has its own book explaining it, look simple by comparison. Let me just put it to you like this, okay? Let me put it to you like this. Here's how the chronology of the series goes. You have the first game, you have the prequel to the second game, you have the second game. Sweet. That's how it works. Then you have a prequel to the second game that takes place after the first prequel. Then you have a
at the
prequel...
same time.
Yeah. Then you have a prequel to the first game and to the entire series. Then you have a sequel to 2, leading up to 3, and then you have another prequel leading up to Kingdom Hearts 3. So it goes all over the place.
Yeah,
To be fair, whenever someone asks me to explain the storyline of Kingdom Hearts, like not the concept of the game, but the story, I just sort of smile and pat their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who can follow it just fine?
No,
I
I
can
can,
too.
but
I
I
figured
can't
it out.
summarize it to someone
Yeah.
else. That's the thing.
It's-
I know it,
it's-
but to get what it would be faster for me to hand them the games and tell them to play it than for me to try to explain it.
But
Yeah,
that's also
so-
the problem too, because they have a majority of the games like on consoles, but there's a bunch of them on handheld. You got at least 2 for the PS2. You have 1 for the 3DS. You have 1 for the DS. No, actually, you have 2 for the DS. You have 1 for the freaking PSP, which nobody played. And then you have 1 for the Game Boy Advance. So you're going all over the place just trying to find these
Yeah.
games, and that pisses me off.
think
Well,
that's
to
why
be
they made
fair, the .5 remixes are included in
Yeah.
those other games.
Yeah.
That's the good
Yeah.
thing that they did too, because they have the HD remixes now. They have 1.5 and 2.5. So if you want to start with all the games, just pick up those 2. That's great, because that's all you need to figure out Kingdom Hearts up
Yeah.
until Kingdom Hearts 3.
So that's the other thing I will say is that even though there are the numbered games, which are Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, and the upcoming Kingdom Hearts 3, do not, by any measure of your imagination, count the other games as side stories.
Yeah.
Because important shit goes down in those.
Yeah.
I actually did. I played Kingdom Hearts 1, and I didn't play any of the games until Kingdom Hearts 2, and I started that game going, hamina, what?
Yeah.
What happened?
It's just
What-
like important shit happens in Chain of
Yeah,
Memories,
something happened between last time I left these characters. I'm not sure what.
yeah, and
Yeah.
one of the most important things is Birth by Sleep, and that's for the fucking PSP. Nobody plays the PSP. I know. I want somebody in the comments, if you ever played with a PSP, please let us know, because I own a PSP and I never played Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
I have a Vita. I used it once.
You see,
I don't-
PlayStation is just not good with handheld consoles. Anyway, that's that's for something else.
pretty much agree with what everyone else said. That's all what I don't like too.
So now we move to favorite characters, and I'm going to limit this to party characters and original characters. We all love
Okay,
Disney
thank
characters. That's for something else, because if we wanted to, we would just choose the Disney characters. But this is only for characters that you fight alongside and original characters to the story.
Yay! Because I'd be sitting here, racking my brain between like Simba and Mulan or something. So yay! Evaluating them as party members rather than as their Disney character counterparts. I feel like that's the angle I'm going for anyway.
All right,
All right.
go ahead, Tanya.
Right.
Okay, I really like Sora, Riku, and Kairi. And party members, I really like Ariel.
Gee, no bias there.
No bias at all! I like Goofy as well.
Hey, Goofy is actually somewhat useful, other than
Yeah,
Donald, who
unlike-
fucking wastes all your
He dies
potions.
all the time! He dies all the time for me! Like, I keep having to revive him, and I get to the point where, fuck it, I'm just gonna go on
Oh, I
without
just
you.
leave him to die. I don't even care.
And then in that almost death scene of fucking Kingdom Hearts 2, it's Goofy that almost dies! Why? Let the duck get stuffed!
Wow. Well, yeah, Donald is not very nice in this game, but I'll wait my turn till we get to that.
That's for the next category.
As far as party members go, honestly, I would have to say that, God, I'd have to say that out of all of them, my favorite party member has to be Jack Skellington. But that's just because he's just got that upbeat personality, even though he doesn't even realize that the end of the world is staring him in the face. And for some reason, I love that. And as far as original characters go, honestly, I'm going to have to go with Xemnas, because even though that Ansem from the first Kingdom Hearts game, they're essentially the same guy, especially as far as their villainous plot goes, But for some reason, when I'm faced with the two of them, I'm honestly a lot more afraid of Xemnas than I am of Ansem, because Xemnas is just so cold and unfeeling. You can tell just by looking at him that he has a plan for anything you can do against him, and that genuinely terrifies me, and I love that.
Yeah,
I love a villain that can chill me to my core.
It's pretty cool because just when you think you've killed him, no, he's still alive. You kill him once in Kingdom Hearts 1. You kill him again in Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, no, it's just my Heartless and my Nobody. So where's your real Oh, great, we haven't actually killed him yet. Damn it.
Oh, God. Xemnas particularly, he's my favorite. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of that almost eloquent way he speaks, but... that's just my 2 cents on that.
Personally, I really like Aqua. Just like all around. She's hard to use, but
Yeah, I agree.
she's this big sister type person, and given that everybody and their crusty ass uncle looks at me as the big sister figure, I can relate to her pretty well. She just wants to look after the people she loves and take care of them and all that stuff. That's just really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would have at any sort of flaw is not a character flaw so much as a character design flaw. She has certain assets that aren't necessary. But otherwise, yeah, I like her character.
Cat,
Classy.
really? Fair warning, you guys should have heard her before when she was over here. I mean, she was belching up a storm like every...
Shut the fuck up, you liar!
We'll worry about that later. Oh, God.
Anyway, Claire?
I wasn't done. I only chose...
Oh, sorry, we thought you were...
character.
Oh, my bad, sorry.
We thought you finished.
So did Zach, but I wasn't. Anyway.
Hello!
Really?
Keeping that one in.
Since somebody already said Jack Skellington, and I'm totally not speaking from fangirl bias, for a favorite character that you fight alongside, honestly, Aladdin. I have a thing for characters that just move quick and hit it with lightning strikes, and that is outright Aladdin's fucking combination move. He's Speedster. It's like bam, 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 done.
It's really interesting because you get so many unique characters you can team up with, like with Tarzan and Aladdin, Peter Pan, trying to think, Jack Skellington, then like Mulan and Simba, and all these really cool characters. And then you got characters like Bambi and Chicken Little, and you're like, what?
We'll talk about those later.
Bambi. Well, as far as playable characters, our party member characters, that's a little harder for me because I feel like there are characters that did better, like were more useful, let me say, than others. I'm definitely going to say as a default Goofy because I love the guy. He's there to help you. He doesn't hit but he heals you, and he doesn't die in 2 seconds, you know. Anytime I got a new character for a world, they're always like, do you want to switch this character for Goofy or Screw the Duck? Going to get the new character.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a character that I did really, like, I was sad to see go when I left the world, but I can't quite remember who it was.
You remember what world?
No, if I remembered what world, I probably would remember what the charter was.
Yeah, two and two together.
Yeah.
No, it might have been. I remember really excited to work with Mulan. I was like, Mulan! Oh my gosh, yes! One of my favorite characters! I get to fight next to Mulan! This is awesome! The first time you get her in your party, she stinks!
Yeah, she's just like,
she doesn't know which is the pointy end of the sword, right? And you're like, oh my god, why? Luckily, I think you come back later, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm actually like a legit soldier, and I can actually help you. Oh, thank God!
Yeah.
No. But
Well,
yeah,
that was to the movie, to the
that was
movies.
To be fair, yeah, that was them being accurate, which I appreciate, but it was also frustrating at the time.
But later on, you get to work with her and Mushu in a simultaneous attack.
So I suppose Goofy and possibly Mulan, but I feel like there's someone I'm forgetting. As far as original characters, I'm gonna say right now I like Sora, but he's an easy like because he's the main character.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with, this is gonna be a very unpopular opinion here, Damix.
No, actually, I totally agree with you on this one.
You
actually.
like Demiex.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not. As a character, I love him.
As a character.
As
Okay.
a character.
Okay.
That's
Because
why
he's
I'm
a
having
clear
an
comic
asterisk.
relief dude. He's a clear comic relief dude, and I can get behind that.
Yeah,
but I was
and not
about to say,
only that,
if you like, you just
I didn't like
fucking
my
use him as a
interaction with the
sponge
character,
and
no.
throw him away.
Yeah.
They ever picked the wrong guy for this job.
No, I
And
love
then
him.
2 seconds later, he's dead.
I felt so bad because when I was battling him, I was cursing him to the 7 layers of hell, right? And then when I finally beat him, I like throw the controller up in the air, do a victory dance, and then I see the cutscene where he dies. I actually did feel bad that I had to kill him. Like, couldn't you just have stepped aside? You were in my way. If you just stepped aside, this wouldn't have happened. But I loved him as a character because, like you said, he's comic relief, but also he's sort of a pacifist. Now, that's either because that might be just because he actually doesn't like violence or because he's lazy, but the point is that he was never big on fighting, although he was apparently very good at it. But he didn't like doing it, and he was sort of like, no, I'm good. He was, I don't know, he was chill. He was awesome. I liked him as a character.
Yeah.
Fighting those fucking water things he kept summoning was a bitch, though.
If I could sum up my favorite thing about Demix, it would be using a quote that he has in Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. And this is only in the original version. It's not in the cutscene version that comes with 1.5 HD. Hey, you ever get the urge to do something really stupid and awesome?
That sounds like Sokka.
Right?
A little bit. For me, favorite characters are easily Riku and Axel.
All those who are shocked, raise your hand. Imagine that. He likes the red and black character and the badass.
Hey! Now when you say it like that... No, it's just, I really, really like Axel. I think his personality is so, like, dry yet interesting at the same time. And the whole, like, gotta memorize thing, and his weapons, and his boss battle, which is so fucking awesome. And Riku himself, I think, is a great character. He gels really well with Sora and Kairi, and you can understand why he kind of gives into the darkness. You understand much later on how big of a character he is.
He's just a puppy.
Yeah, it's funny what they do with Riku. You start off really hating him because he's very quickly your rival, but as the games progress, you start to sympathize with the guy.
As games progress, he quickly becomes a little bit more important than Sora because Sora becomes dry and kinda eh.
Yeah, well, that's
But
for
he's
another
so
day.
cute.
Yes, Sora is cute. I understand that. But favorite character to fight alongside, though. Man, see, that's always tricky because I want to default to Simba because I love what you can do in, like, the Pride Lands world. But, I think I'm actually going to have to go, and I know this seems weird, I really like Tarzan.
Really?
Yeah.
Can.
I mean,
Okay.
I love Tarzan as a movie, and getting to fight alongside him was really cool, I thought. The only other playable character I can think of that I really enjoyed was Tron. And
Turkey's
Tron's
gonna love you for saying
Tron
that.
is cool.
Yeah, Tron's Tron because Tron's Tron.
What he said.
Tron?
Well, A tautology was a tautology.
Yes, it was. I like a lot of them. I can't really think of one oh no, wait, there is one I don't like, but that will save that for later. Because now we're gonna jump to our least favorite characters.
Oh boy!
Here we go.
Fun.
Hey, everybody who's about to say Donald, please raise your hand.
Me.
1, 2, 3, everyone? Okay.
I'm sorry, it's just, I like Donald as a character.
I
but
love Donald as a character, but every
Do
time
not
a battle
fight
starts
alongside
up...
him if you have the option.
Exactly.
I genuinely want to love Donald, really, but
I
his
know.
AI in the game is just so so bad.
The
He's
thing
constantly
about Donald is that you give him all these potions and everything. He uses them when you get hit maybe just once. And then, when you really need him, he is nothing.
He's dead!
Exactly! You can raise his levels up.
Donald, I need to heal. Where are you? Oh, you're unconscious, you bastard.
Stop fucking wasting it on yourself.
I gotta heal. Oh, I'm dead.
To clarify for the people at home that haven't played Kingdom Hearts, Donald is the mage character of the group. He's very squishy, and he mostly does nothing but cast spells, which is bad because there's which is bad because there is a very finite limit to how much magic you can have at one go, which means he's going to be using up all of your items. Never give Donald your items. Oh, God.
Goofy is really no different because he does the same thing, and he keeps constantly spamming his abilities to the point where he runs out of shit and he gets knocked out. So when you really need him, I remember distinctly, when I was fighting the pod centipede in the Latin world, they were getting their asses kicked, and I had one little moment where I could beat him, and where were they? They were both fucking dead. I turn to look at them, I get killed, I throw the controller on the ground, and I don't play Kingdom Hearts for another fucking week.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I usually did. I gave all my potions to Goofy, because Goofy has little to no magic, but a heck of a lot of health. Donald has a heck of a lot of magic, but little to no health. So I would give Goofy all of my potions because he would last longer, and he actually used them on me when I needed them, not on himself when he didn't. Cough, Donald, cough.
Yeah. Despite the fact that Goofy is supposed to be the dedicated fighter class, he's really more of a healer and a tank.
Yeah, he's a healer and a tank. And that's why he's the invaluable one. Like, I would never give up Goofy for in-world character. I'd be like, no, Goofy's mine.
I know. I've always chosen to replace, like, the in-world character with, like, Donald.
I've always replaced
Always replace Donald.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't say that. We'll save that for later.
My least favorite original character is probably also Demix. Because, my God, when you have to fight him, I think you fight him twice, and the first time,
it's not so
you
hard.
it's not so hard.
Yeah, the first time is easy.
Yeah,
The first time is more of a mini game than a fight.
Yeah, but he falls over like a leaf. It's no problem. The second time you fight him, oh my God, may he die with all of his water zombies. Oh my God, and his stupid sitar.
Yeah. God.
Thing is, I said this earlier, but when we weren't recording, but I didn't really have a problem with that fight until it's the part where you have to beat all those water zombies within 10
in 15
seconds.
seconds. Yeah, and I was like, what? I have to, I think the
How?
the first time I did it, I didn't realize there was a time limit, and I was like, oh, you didn't beat them in time, you're dead. What? Wait, what? And then I'm like, oh, there's a time. Oh, crap! And then you're sitting there cursing because you're not killing them fast enough. Not that you're not killing them, but you have to swirl one around so you kill 5 at a time, and then you have to kill that one again.
Now, sorry. Continue.
I remember reading the strategy guide for this, and I'm just like, that's not how you do it.
Oh,
Now,
I didn't read the strategy.
How we do
And
it.
I just died. I just died sometimes.
To clarify for the folks at home who may not have played Kingdom Hearts, this is one of this little mini game where you have to defeat Demix's water clones. If you fail that mini game, you lose the fight. You just straight out lose the fight. You're not open to attack. You don't get stunned. No, you just lose.
You have to start the whole fight all over again.
He does it like 2 times, and the first time you do it, it's not so hard, but the second time you're like, oh, shit. And it doesn't make anything better that his boss battle is extremely frustrating because he spams attacks, and you can barely get an attack on him.
Mm-hmm.
This is also one of the times where, in Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm just like, okay, Donald, Goofy, where are you dead, mother?
I think they die in the first 3 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm like, where'd they go? Oh, crap.
And I'm like, you are useless. I don't know why I need you. Fine, I'm going on my own. and I lose.
What was the name of that thunder bitch?
Larkscene.
Larkscene.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not like Larkscene at all.
Yeah, she was a manipulative little heifer. Just fucking, and forgive the pun, but she was fast as lightning when you fucking fight her. And it's hard to hit her no matter which version of Chain of Memories you're playing. And I just fucking shrivel up alongside your fucking lightning-soaked ovaries, bitch.
I haven't played Chain of Memories yet, so I haven't fought her.
Yeah, Larkscene, she's one of those people that you not only hate fighting when you get to the battle, but you also hate her character, because she is just nothing but a total bitch.
Pretty much.
Oh, God.
I just hate her.
Is that it?
Yeah, because I can't think of too many characters that I don't like. Because mostly, even when they're villains, there's something just interesting about them.
Yeah.
I actually have a question for you, Kat. I think you're the biggest Final Fantasy nerd out of all of us. I know 7 is your favorite, right?
Uh-huh.
So how do you think the games did incorporating the Final Fantasy characters into this?
They did a pretty good job. They kept the characters pretty much true to their depictions, even Cloud, even though they went with his later emo crybaby poor me I fucked up persona.
Yeah,
it was much cooler in the first games.
Needless to say, he was annoying, especially when you had to fight him and Leon at the same time.
Oh my fucking god, I hated that fight. But
I remember
you know who I was really glad to see in 2? Tifa.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy to see her too. I wasn't happy having to fight her though.
Oh no, Tifa is supposed to be a hard bitch to fight. That's exactly what I loved about her. And I'm glad they didn't just go with her being a whiny, I need to find Cloud type character, even though that was a mainstay of her in the story. That wasn't the only thing. And she still stood up. It wasn't this pretty little damsel in distress like some characters. Cough, Aerith, cough.
What did Aerith do in Kingdom Hearts again?
Nothing.
Nothing? That's what I thought.
Yeah,
But no.
for folks at home, in case you can't tell, I don't like Aerith.
Okay, well, there is a lie. In Chain of Memories, she did hint to Sora that his memories might be lying to him.
Okay.
And that was it.
Well, aren't you useful?
Yeah.
Well, aren't you just a little ray of sunshine?
I just want to also add real quick that I have never felt anything more frustrating, and at least at the time, in Kingdom Hearts 2, in the Hades Cup, fighting Yuffie, Leon, Cloud, and Tifa at the same time. I question, why?
Because reasons.
Because Japan.
Why don't we just throw Sephiroth in there too? Yeah, because then there's the whole package. Bam! Never gonna fucking beat that.
Oh, dude.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
You have no idea how crazy some of the stuff that hardcore Kingdom Hearts 2 players have done. Well, I was going to say Larkscene, because total lightning bitch. But, honestly, other than that, it's going to come as a surprise to say, but I think my other least favorite character is Xion from 358 over 2 days.
Yeah, Xion
Because,
really...
because, like, I mean, I understand that she's supposed to be, like, this whole cornerstone of the organization's operation, and that at the same time she's also this emotional thing that we're supposed to care about with Roxas's story, but honestly, a lot of times, Xion just feels like she's just there. Like, the story could go on exactly the same without her. And
I think that was the point, though. I mean, the very memory of her existence was erased from everyone at the end of that game.
But that's the problem, is that now they keep bringing her up in all these future games.
And we're just like, wait,
true.
who's this?
I do wish they'd left well enough alone with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't need to exist. I agree.
Can we just all agree that 358 over 2 days shouldn't have happened?
No,
I liked it.
I love the game. Just Xion was a flawed concept from... Xion was a flawed concept from inception.
If nothing else, 358 over 2 days is probably the best possible way they could have given Roxas our backstory, but other than that, I will agree that Xion just feels like a lot of dead weight for most of the game.
Well, I liked the game. I liked the kind of mindfuckery it was playing on you. I liked Shion. I thought she was adorable. One thing I feel like I should have mentioned is something, though, maybe a flaw that Kingdom Hearts didn't have in its start, but got a little more later, is that death is inconsequential, and I actually don't like that. Because I like, if Shion, she's like erased from everyone's memories, if that was the end of her story and they just left well enough alone, that'd be horribly tragic. But no, they're probably going to pull some Deus Ex Machina and she'll be fine. It was like, I just remember feeling like Kingdom Hearts 2 at its start was so freaking sad. Everybody was dying left, right, and center. And, you're like, Axel dies, and I, rip out my heart and hand it to the game. Even just at the very beginning when they leave Twilight Town and Sora cries and he doesn't know why, that's horribly tragic. Except that later in the game he goes back, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little bit of the Deus Ex Machina, it's okay, nobody dies. I know that's a trademark of Disney, but sometimes you need Bambi's mom to stay dead.
Ooh, I like that analogy. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah. Any others?
Copyright, Sweetie Bloom.
Yes.
Oh, for me? No, that's pretty much it. There really aren't any in-world characters that I really hated fighting alongside of.
What about some of the summons?
That's why I hardly
Dumbo.
ever summoned.
I'll get to that.
Dumbo.
I don't really hate anyone in game. Like,
Really think about it. I'm sure you'll find somebody.
There's gotta be at least somebody.
I'm trying.
There's gonna be that one character that you just don't like. And trust me, Kingdom Hearts has a lot of characters to choose from.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Hey, some of the characters are awesome.
Her?
Marluxia? Really?
I was joking.
I don't know, Marluxia kind of was to me.
I haven't played Chain of Memories.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, that's
It was a
alright.
joke anyway.
Let me just sum up Marluxia in 2 words for you. Rose petals.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah,
person. Oh.
And I say guy loosely.
Seriously.
That
I'm sorry, it's
guy.
the nobody of a transvestite.
Yep.
I think I have to agree with Shion. I don't really like her. I agreed that she was dead weight. And summons Chicken Little.
Oh
Oh god, how did I forget about the Chicken Little summon?
I never forgot.
Am I the only one who likes whacking people upside the head with baseballs?
I
mean,
didn't.
I don't know. I just don't. I didn't like the movie. So
Yeah, so that didn't help.
I gotta go midway on this because I'll admit with Kat, it was a very satisfying way of attacking your enemies. And it was also incredibly ineffective.
yeah.
Like it didn't really feel like he did anything.
Yeah.
I'll give you that, but I have so much fun throwing all those baseballs and the fireworks. And it's like, wham, bam, 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 bam. I know I'm not hurting you, but this feels good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. For me, Demiex.
Dance water dance.
Oh god, no.
That's what it did.
That gives me some war flashbacks, I'll tell you what.
Does anybody else hear David Bowie when they say that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
Zion, because pretty much what everybody's been saying. Definitely Dumbo, Bambi, Chicken Little, and you know what? I also think, Simba.
Really?
The summon in the first game.
Okay, yeah.
But when you actually get to play with him, it's so much better.
Yeah.
So much
Him
better.
as a summon
I was
isn't exactly fantastic.
super disappointed when I summoned Simba. I was like, oh my god, I got Simba, yes! Do something, please.
No,
I'll
but when
eat-
you get Genie, especially in Kingdom Hearts 2, Oh,
Oh
he's
my
so much
God,
fun.
That's just
fun
so
never
fun.
stops.
Genie is the
I
best
really
summon
like-
in the game, by far.
In both games.
Yeah.
I like in Kingdom Hearts 2 with summon. My favorite summon is probably Stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Least favorite characters, though? I'm trying to think.
You know what's the best part about the genie summon? The
What?
more forms you get, the more things you can do with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna probably have to go with Syax as well. Syax.
Which one was he? Which one? What
the
weapon?
moon.
He was the...
Oh, the berserker. You didn't like
Oh God, Syax is so fucking frustrating. Stop
Fighting
hitting
him
the
is a
ground.
him beast, but I find his character so fucking interesting.
I didn't.
I can kind of see that.
Oh, that fight. I have war flashbacks.
Oh no, no.
No, I love hard fights. Though.
The toughest fight in the entire series, and I've played a lot of the games.
Sorry, Sephiroth aside.
No. Okay, Sephiroth. Everybody fucking hates Sephiroth. Especially in 1.
Well, Ellie, you can't sit there and say that he was easy to beat.
No, but I love fighting him because it's so hard. You gotta, like Zach said, 7 is my favorite Final Fantasy, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. And no, I'm not even gonna pretend I ain't a Sephiroth fangirl.
But the toughest fight in the entire series, and I still remember this. When you fight Riku the second time in Hollow Bastion when he's possessed by Ansem.
Oh my
Fuck
God,
me.
that
Okay,
fight.
here's the thing. Kingdom Hearts 1 combat system is not very good.
No.
Fighting Riku when he is much faster than you and a lot more angrier and he doesn't fuck around. And also because you don't have Donald and Goofy with you. You better pray to God you've grinded enough to be at a high enough level and you have a lot of stuff on you because this fucker will beat you to the ground within minutes. If you thought fighting Riku just in the beginning of the game was tough, to be fair, the second time you face him, it's actually not too hard. But when you face him the third time, it is frustrating. You thought me raging at God of War was bad, babe. You have not seen me originally rage when I fought Riku the second time.
For the folks at home, this particular battle with Riku features Riku getting an attack where he can just teleport around the battlefield directly slashing through you, which staggers you just long enough for him to hit you again, and stagger you again, and hit you again, and stagger you again. This bitch stun locks.
Oh, and you want to know the fun thing about that? You want to know the fun thing about that? You can't skip the goddamn cutscene!
I know! That
Well,
was
you
the
can
frustrating
you can
part.
in 1.5. They fixed that in
Thank
1.5.
Yeah,
God,
but that was...
Ugh.
But in
I'm
the
sorry, am I
original,
getting
yeah.
too
like-
mad now?
Anytime I lost a fight, like I died in Kingdom Hearts 1, the biggest tragedy of that is now I have to watch the cutscene again.
I've memorized it by heart already.
The freaking cutscene, please.
Behold!
Not again.
Oh God, it's just I was so tired of this one, but
How many controllers did you break?
actually legitly 3, but that's beside the point.
Oh my God!
No,
All of them.
3. Okay, 1 I broke because I threw it pretty hard. The second one, may or may not have actually broken the TV. I learned at a young age it's probably not a good idea to throw the controller at the TV. The third time was just it wasn't when I was playing Kingdom Hearts, but I was just so fucking fed up with it, I hit my friend with it, and then it stopped working.
Karma,
Did-
my
when you say it stopped working, do you mean the controller or your friend?
No,
Damn it, my controller's broken. Also, I think I lost a friend.
oh, well, at least I could buy a new controller, but you can't buy a new friend. No, wait, you could just
Well, you
use the
can,
power
but
of
you
hearts.
need a lot more money.
No, oh no
Like-
shit, I killed my friend. Oh no, now he's gonna turn into a heartless or a nobody. Let me just bring them back together. They never really die.
Nope.
It's like, I broke the controller, and I think I gave my friend a concussion.
I broke the heart. Heart and Silverquill. I can't believe it. And
Well, yeah, those are really my only least favorite characters. So I think that sums up part 1 quite nicely. We've been at this for like, Jesus, an hour. But yeah, we're not done. Trust me,
Nope.
we're not done. We still got more to cover. So stay tuned for part 2.